It's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. This Crypto ROTH, the really drives you out. Let's hit the like button now.
Check, check. Ow!
Got a two-tongue weight to my hairline, to my backbone, and it's dragging me around, but I don't listen. All your critics are red, mind your own business. That's right. And run red lights. Now watch me fly. Devil to my right, we're going down. Hit the road, Jack, won't come back, no. You can sign me. Ain't a devil in my head, now here's to the cheaters. Hey, 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 all you critics on land, this one's on me. Those who survived know the one my time. Forth and back, just like that. What comes around goes around, my man. Say hey, hey, say hey, hey. Forth and back, and just like that, you're going down for heaven's gate. I gotta tell it to the right, we're going down.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Bitcoin Bowl. One more time, it's Bears versus the Bulls on the 10-second chart. Looks like the Bulls are trying to take the prize action up here to meet this 200 moving average. But we're getting sorely tackled over here at the 100 moving average, which has driven us back below the 9 moving average. Price is taking a little bit of a pullback there. Oh, but are we trying to make a comeback here? Well, a little sneaky move by the quarterback there to jump above the 100 moving average. A little turnaround dodge and podge. We got the little green light going in the stands there with Market Cypher cheering us on. Here we go. Oh, and the fans are excited and chanting out for Bitcoin to make it go. Oh, that's on pushback. Oh, man. Oh, crowd's not happy about that one. Easy come, easy go, so they say. Bitcoin now struggling. Lost a trend line here on the 10-second chart. Chances are not looking good for it to recover that, but who knows what can happen in this dang age of crypto. Frank, do you have any suggestion here? Frank! Oh, right. What now? We're defense, offense, what are we doing here? Oh, yeah, Bob, Fibonacci, yeah. Well, losing that trend line, Bob, we should expect really to come down and test these areas, and could be as low as 65,074 could be good, where we could be pushed back as far as Bitcoin goes, unless she does a Hail Mary. Now, Looks like the bulls are up to something. You see all those wicks coming into play there? Well, let's hope that turns into one because, ooh, whew, that was looking dangerous. Nice little fake out to a green candle there. Are you trying to do another sneak attack move like you did over here? Because that was slick, I'm telling you. But it does look like you are being pushed back to 65.075. 50 moving average coming into play right now at 65.096. Or will the bears push Bitcoin back below it? Are we coming back to 65 or lower? Bob, what's your take? Bob, leave the hookers alone. I'll get you, Tara. I'll call you. Okay. Well, Frank, I do agree. It looks like things are starting to go down around here. Oh, especially price right now, starting to lose that 50 moving average. Frank, I believe you're right on that. The fibs do not lie, do they? And here we come. Here we come, Frank. You should be a predictor. You could be a real grifter on that old YouTube. I hear there's a good following. You start a trading group and you can make all kinds of money there, especially you get prime time. Oh, Frank, did you call? Do you want to take that? Oh, Frankie, you didn't come down here and get this little target. Is this going down? You're right. Well, we lost our support there. The other part of the emergency area we got is our oh shit target down here at 64.997. It's already hit our first oh shit target at the 113, but 64.997 should be coming into play here. This one loses that. You tried to tag that before it get there, didn't you? Didn't work out for you, did it, Frank? No, I missed that one, but if it does bounce here, well, that's just part of the game. If I didn't call it, but look, we were up below it, so look, it may come true, 64.997. Now, I will warn you, if this isn't a really, really bearish move, we could see all the way down here. All right, 64.995, but usually this is a good stopping point for it to bounce around right here. So, bulls, are you trying? Look like you're trying to do a little move there. Are you going to come through, or are you going to make Frank look like an idiot? Because Frank's wife says Frank does that all by himself. Frank, you don't need to be that hard on yourself, buddy. Well, let's see if your prediction might be true here. We might get a bounce at this 1.272 moving average here. It's looking dangerously close. Oh, look, it might be on your side there. It looks like the indicators are saying, hey, man, I might want to bounce here, too. Could it happen? Frank, you're a genius. What happened? Did you nail that? Oh, my gosh. You really should go into YouTube. Well, thank you. If the Bitcoin Bowl doesn't work out, if we can't renew our contracts or anything, maybe I might think about putting out a video or two or something like that. But, I just call it as I see it, Bob. Everybody can't call shots like, oh my God, are you going down? Seriously, don't fuck with me, man. Let's get down and see what Road Dog says. Thank you, Frank. All right, this is me. It's late night, but it's still safe for work, yo.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Chart, the Road Dog, taking a look at Bitcoin dump here on the 10-second chart. All these little 10-second targets. Looks like you might try to make it down to these areas. I'm looking at a 414 and then a 618 if this is a real one-to-one move that we're going for here. Looks like it's going to be the 0618. If you go below that, I swear I'm going to scream. Like a little girl. Don't throw it. I got no more numbers down there for you, Bitcoin. You got to bounce from here. Come on. Don't throw this to me on live TV. Everybody close your eyes. I'll tell you when it's safe to turn around. Oh, you suck, Bitcoin. Look at you. What about our system? You got to respect the system, Bitcoin. Come on, bounce. Let us go ahead and come back to the 1 minute chart. Now you see we're at the 1 minute. We're testing the 100 moving average, 200 moving average. Oh my gosh, if we lose that, we could go totally bearish. Well, maybe so after these other ones flip negative there, but right now, the best thing to do is to zoom out, my friends, to see what Bitcoin's trying to do. Now she's flirting with some trendliney areas that she needs to get above, and she's got a little pattern going on here that could be signaling the thoughts of maybe getting a bounce, but this is on the smaller time frames. This is the 1 hour. If I can spread this out, maybe we can see it here. Look, got so much stuff on your charts, it's hard to see it. Let me move this little guy out of the way. So a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people, but there will be some traders out there looking for the old cock and balls. I mean, the inverted head and shoulder pattern right here. Now, my rules have it that we got to have a good solid neckline, and that's going to be confirmed. And it looks like it did that with that last little wick we had up there to actually confirm this neckline with the wicks. So if we treat this as the O, C, and B, or inverted head and shoulder pattern there, take this little measurement from here and put it at the breakout, and it says that we might have the possibility to reach this area up here, which would be about $66,975. For that measurement, the 1 hour, s'il vous plaît. Gracie. So let's clear our charts so we can see what the hell is going on in here. 1 hour, I'm actually kind of liking this, just what I'm seeing here. We're above the non-moving average. That's always the first start to recovery. First start, but you got a problem, then you got to get one step above it. And that's the non-moving average. See if we can get up here and make a higher high. We definitely got to come up to this area, 65.7, get above it. I would love to just, price would stay above 65.5, work towards 75.5. We can reclaim those areas and we can get a nice little turnaround for Bitcoin. Otherwise, we may be visiting that $57,000, $58,000, $59,000 area. Ichimoku Cloud is just undecided at the moment. Right now, she could literally go any way, hard and fast. She could decide to go up, she could decide to go down with this little thing. Kind of depends on if we got red or green coming out here. Come on, Itchy. Give me something green, please. I'd like to see you go up. I'd like to see price bounce and through that cloud out the other side above a thin, spindly green cloud, and we just ride that little sucker off into the sunset like the 73,000. That's what I would like, Bitcoin. What can you give me? I think I have people here. I am not quite sure. I know my chat box is totally freaking empty. Got some altcoins to take a look at. Some of them are popping. Some of them are might be some interesting trade opportunities. I've not looked at these. I've just screened through these, and now we're going to take a look at them here on the show and see if they amount to anything. First, we're going to take a look at our indices real quick and see that we got a nice little bounce for total 3. That's going to help our altcoins out. I am predicting or hoping, praying, more like it, that we do get it will be a bearish retest of this trend line area. And I doubt seriously that we break above it. There is a lot of resistance right through here. Trend lines and whatnots. Lines of resistances that we broke. Support resistance areas. All that stuff is up here just waiting for people to dump on our butts as far as altcoins go in general. But it does look like we have a good chance to come up there. So a short-lived alt rally, and I'm already seeing on YouTube thumbnails like altcoins are going to bounce back. Oh, get ready for altcoins to take off. And I don't know, is at this point in the juncture you got to kind of, with whoever you're following, make sure that you got your definitions aligned here, because when I see them go, fellas, I'm telling you, if this one gets past here, it's going to rip. This one's going to go. It's going to blast. And like, well, your version of go and blast may not be the same as mine, because if your definition, and I'm starting to think that it is, judging that we're flip-flopping, where we're going up to the moon and then all of a sudden we're crashing. But if your definition of it's going to fly, man, guys, I'm telling you, if it gets up past this layer, it's going to fly. If your definition to fly is to do something like this, well, we don't have the same definition. But I get that we're going to, oh, you think we're seeing a solid, good trend that's going to come from this setup is what I'm hearing. So it's important that we get our definitions in line with whoever we watch, else you might be sorely disappointed in them. I just say that because I see that, and then I'm like, well, 2 days later, the market's doing something different, and clearly we have different definitions of fly or blast off or massive gains. So Bitcoin, you got a hell of a lot of resistance to get through. This one right here, 65.23, whatever. That's a major line we got to get up past. So we're going to do that tonight because that's the only thing that's going to impress me. It's a good start. Good start. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, Bitcoin. Keep taking it $1 at a time and just get up there. I need you to get up to 73,000. Can you do that for me, Bitcoin? Then I can go on vacation. Can you do that for me? Pay for my vacation? Well, we looked at a kind of, well, there's a couple of degen plays on as far as meme coins that are popping off right now. This one called Mega Hat. She's trending over here on Tokenmetrics, and even coming up, I've got another, you got an investor coin. I can't believe that. But anyway, would never. Anyway, this one has got a market cap of $4,000. This is like totally risky, but it may turn into something. Even if it gets to a 40,000 market cap, that's a 10x. If it got to a 4 million market cap, and that's the way that you have to approach meme coins or whatever. But this seems to be the hot one, the one that's trending, and maybe having a breakout here. I'm on the 4 hour. This one's been out for a little while, so it's got some price history. She went up and she come down like they do. Now, the breaking out of this trend line, especially triangle patterns, you do have a good solid percent to come back for a retest. Best my memory is about 64%. 2/3 of the time you can come back to where price broke out. Sometimes it even follows that line down, and that sucks. So considering that it is back at a point of support here, it's on Solana, right? Okay, Road Dog may take that. I don't like that the stochastics are on the 2 hour, or still kind of buried up there, but let me take a look at this. Do I want a FOMO? I like the retest idea. I do. And a possible, I'm gonna nibble. And when I say nibble, I mean a tiny little nibble, because this is a meme coin. This is a brand new thing, and if it's a $4,000 market cap, my little nibble, if it's going to be anything and go anywhere, that little nibble should actually turn into quite a hell of a big mouthful. So when I say nibble, like a $5 nibble, if we're at a $4,000 market cap, that $5 could do a lot of damage, couldn't it? So I think it's worth gambling the $5. I'm going to see if I can I find you? That's the question. Can we find you over here? I guess we'll go to Jupiter. And our contract address is C9GP8. Okay, let's make sure we got to get the right thing. There's so many fake tokens over everywhere. MAGA hat. You know, all this, we can't stay MAGA all the time. Okay, 812 YB. There you are, baby. I'm going $6.71. 0.05 Solana. That is all I'm going to do on this. Take a little nibble and see how she does. Test them waters. Confirm your transactions, sir. I'm the proud owner of a little bit of MAGA hat. This one has a total supply of 99 million, so it's not in the crazy trillions or anything, so that's interesting. It's and this is it against Solana over here, 0.0, tiny amount. So anyway, that was what's hot. That's not the one I came over here to look for. I came over here to look at one that we looked at earlier on, I think it's my day stream, called Hoppy. No, maybe it wasn't. This one's different. This one is different. Okay, well this one is also trending. Let's check this one out. This is Hoppy against ETH though. Can we get this any other? I mean, the chart looks cool on a 1 hour. Chart chart looks nice. I guess if you're playing this against ETH, well, I mean, that's the chart we don't look for. Do we have it against dollars just so we can get a sense of unit of account value here? Hoppy ETH is just the same. They're different contracts. This one's created 3 months ago. This one was 11 months ago in version 2. This is what I don't like about all this. This one had a nice chart on it though. And that's the one that's up. The other ones are down. This one's down 27. That one's, here's our, you know, here's our prices on it. Okay, well, we'll take a look at it in its original form here. This one's got a $26 million market cap, circulating supply of 420 billion, 5,000 holders, total supply is 420 billion, 99 out of 99 deck score. I kind of like what I was doing here on the chart. And just a quick fib check here. Yeah, that's a nice bounce off that 618. If you wanted to do a quick one, the 1-to-1 move there from the 618 would get us right up here to this area. I don't have my fibs tricked out to do all this, so we go by the manual method. And I need a little price thingy. Price thingy. Where are you, price thingy? Price label. That's what I'm looking for. A good old price label. Coming in at 0.00013 area. We're sitting at 0.000065. So that would be a nice little double up. Could possibly moon back that little guy. Now let's take this little line and turn him into a trend line, because this is a line in the sand that we're following. If ever we lose that, well, idea is over, and it's best to get out with whatever profit that you may have. Tis my take on Hoppy. Here's my chatters. Jason Netchlin, hey, welcome to stream. AD, hey, how's it going, man? SPL saying IOTA and a mercy receipt. How's it going? Dog is an actual analyzer. Let's check out SPL. Social Pal, is that the right one? Let's go see what Tokenmetrics says. Probably new. We got 140 million total supply. All-time high was 0.0075. Currently coming at 0.001. Well, we're at a discount, aren't we? All-time low is not too far away, 0.00095, so just a fraction of a penny away. So we're at our bottoms on this little guy. We have no information here, so that's what I was hoping for. Doesn't always catch them though. So not enough information over here on this little guy. Find out a little bit about you, Social Pal. When are you? Store and transact crypto with your Telegram. Oh, cool. With Telegram, I like Telegram coins. Store and transact crypto with your Telegram account. Start Social Pal wallet. Interesting. Okay, so it's a wallet coin. Now, I like wallets. I just don't understand why they have to have coins, but these are usually not the ones that you're looking at to make you super wealthy, but it's not saying there can't be a play there. So this is SPL. Let's back out, take a look at this one's history. Like a little hockey stick it is. The words of wisdom for situations like this is to be patient and wait for it to cross above this non-moving average, close a candle above it, and then you're probably on your way to the upside. The best sign that you will have that you are. Otherwise, you're going to keep riding it underneath, and I'm telling you, she can keep going down. Twere it me. Let's get a little bit more price action here. Is this the bottom? That's the question. Is this the bottom? And it is, unfortunately, I do not believe that it is. Trying to get a good place where I can get my bearing. There we go. I bet that'll be it. That's the one I'm looking for. That one. Right. Yeah. This one's got a very good chance, according to the Ichimoku cloud and the stochastics here on the 4 hour. I mean, if it bounces from here and starts regaining its 9-moving average, which it's trying to, it is actually trying to on the 4 hour. Okay. This would be an excellent place for it to bounce because this other option is not going to be very pretty. It'd be way down here at 0.000445, and that's a nice big ass drop from where we are now. That is like another 50% drop, and that would not be fun to ride down. She may tease you here at 0.000866. I'll mark it just for fun. She's got some struggling to do. I would wait on this one and wait till it actually starts making higher highs and higher lows if you wanted to be on the safer side of it. Otherwise, you're just trying to... You're catching a falling knife, as they say, which... You're close to a bottom, so, you know... How bloody do you want to get? But that's what I'm seeing on this little guy. You got, your trend. That's another thing to see. Wait till the trend line gets broken, and then we can reassess. And that would be the first signs that we'd start seeing for a higher, you know, for a trend change. You got to have a trend change, otherwise you're just buying it and losing. But it's at a bottom, and I like them bottoms. All right, so shout out to Jason, to AD. Oh gosh, glad to have you here. Jason says just take profit a little bit more, stick and move. Check out Turbo. That's actually on my list. Turbo will be making some good money on that sucker today. That one, Turbo's got some news coming up on the 25th, so I think it's getting a front run for that. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Turbo. Yetham Law. Oh my, is that a target that got hit? That's just crazy. How does that happen? Look at that. Oh my God. Crazy. Let's see what we got now. Oh, we got to break out. Oh yeah, you do. You got your breakout. Let's clean up my charts a little bit here. You are past my accumulation zone. Your next stop, my friend, will be right here at this area, or should be, can be, possibly can be. I'm not saying it's going to be for 100% sure. I can't do that. Nobody can do that. But it's got a high probability of reaching this area. Man, all these. I've always got to put this one on here because this is such a high probability place to eventually for it to get to. It seems like it's far away from it now, and I'm not saying it's going to be a straight up move, but that's where it's headed to eventually to decide if it's going to go further, if that makes sense. That's his agenda anyway. That's the game plan. That price is at 0.007. Next target that I've got in line for it, though, would be right over here, 0.0059. And from where we are now, and you got to get up above this current line we got, because that's going to act as resistance. That'd be another 14% possibility of getting up another, what, 43%? The problems that you're facing right now is that on the 4-hour 100 moving average is also coming up here at this area of resistance. So you got a little double banger there that's trying to kick your butt back down. And it's likely to do that because every time you break out on one of these triangular patterns, at some point there is a good percentage of probability for a retest, meaning the price does come back to these areas that it was at before. And I would say 0.0044 would be on the radar for that, but only if a pullback to this area does not hold at 0.0046. So those would be some good places to look for a confirmed bounce on the smaller time frame, say on a 15-minute, because the 15 minutes look strong at the moment. Things do change. My strategy for these things is to draw a trend line. She is starting to deviate, which is a signal that she's starting to go a little bit parabolic. So you've tracked those trend lines. You have your major one in the sand, which is where your stop loss should definitely be below that one. If you're a little bit more of a risk taker, then you would be putting it under this one right here, because this is likely to be the very last move that it gets, because it will probably not make it past here on this particular move where it gets a pullback, and that's 0.005. About another 10% move, and then I expect a complete breakdown from that. It could surprise me. Been wrong before, but that would even be with its parabolic move if it can. Ooh, it's asking a lot of it to get up there, really, in this current structure. But it looks like she wants to try, so who am I to stop her? Go, baby, go. Go do it. Go to the moon. What are we looking at? Oh, yes, it's turbo. Yeah, right. I forgot what I was looking at. Got caught up in the price action. So short term here, yeah, that looks good. Pull back and then add to bags areas, and then this area. And then, like I said, there is some news coming for turbo, and shoot, let's go ahead and knock out the news right now. Oh, you would not work, would you? Pardon me. Hold on just a moment. Somebody decided not to. Oh, there you go. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. There we go. All right. All right. Today in crypto, this is by Layer GG official over on Twitter X. Former OpenAI chief scientist is launching SSI, which would focus on AI security issues and the AI catalyst going on right now. Binance has announced the launch of Hodler Airdrops, a rewards program for BNB token holders offering early access to new tokens. Earn Eternity, that's how you say it, has announced their layer 2 status page will be automated and live alongside with testnet very soon. ETHFi DAO proposed using up to 50% of the protocol revenue for ETHFi buybacks. Friend.tech plans to open transfer functionality for the Friend token in the coming weeks. Jitto has announced or teased the upcoming release of Convergent So Testnet, the first ever LSD liquid staking derivative, not what you were thinking about, back stablecoin, but that would be awesome, wouldn't it? How would that work? Jupiter CEO Where Meow has proposed reducing Jupiter supply by 30%, and team will be staking 100% of the first year cliff for 2 more years to ensure no supply shock. Marinade unveiled a stake auction marketplace A SAM, as they call it, SAM simulation, will be available for testing at the end of June. Maple, that's one that I'm in, actually. Maple institutional DeFi platform, Serify, is scheduled to launch on June 25th. We're going to take a look at that one. Solar Enterprises will launch a solar card in August, offering virtual and physical crypto debit cards in 200 countries. SXP. That's interesting. Turbo, here we are. Turbo has teased a major Turbo partnership announcement for June 25th. Concerning the DJT token, Donald J. Trump token, rumors out there. Campaign Insider denies any involvement of Trump's campaign in the DJT Solana token, according to DLN News Info. MAGA has partnered with DWF Labs, while Mother has formed a partnership with Wintermute. And that is what has went on today in crypto. Well, a like and a repost right there. And let's get on back to our section of the charts.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Boom shakalaka, boom shaka boom. I like Turbo. Turbo looks kind of cool to me. I like it. I nibbled back into my bags when she fell from grace. You can look forward to trying to get back up to these areas over here. And I still got this little... I don't even know where you come from. I can't leave you there if I don't know. I can't verify you. Oh, are we doing the crazy one? Do the crazy one? Do the crazy measure move that may or may not ever hit. Because she's up there, baby. She's up there. That'd be coming in at 0.013 cents. Sensible target would be 0.007, and then also our previous all-time high at 0.0098. In my particular opinion, with the hope that she can make a higher high. Here's one that is often requested on the channel. Don't look at... Haven't seen much of it lately, but she's starting to move now. We've been waiting and waiting because it looked kind of rough for it for a while, but this is Gary token. Now this one has got a lot of wikis. It's got a lot of wicks and a lot of selling pressure on it, so this is one to be cautious about in my personal opinion. Lots of noise in that chart. Nice little reverse scallop shapes here. Another one here, looks like. But I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I'm on the daily chart. Now today it had a nice little pump up, but for the last, many days, it hasn't been so fortunate. So with Gary, I've still got to come back to our fib levels here and kind of look. We've just bounced off our 886 area, so that's a good opportunity that this one may come back up. Not as high as that it'll come back up though. Don't expect a whole lot if that is the official bounce, and not yet saying that it is, but it's got a good chance to be. The highest that I can actually see this thing comfortably going and comfortably calling out there, putting out there, would be 0.058 cents. A more reasonable area to look taking for a profit target would be right here at 0.04 cents, and the short-term price that it's got to hit. If it doesn't, it's all over for Gary at this point in time, and she may just be coming all the way back down here to this messed up area at 0.035. Don't want to see that happen. But 0.0272 from here, which is not bad from where we are now, and that should give us a nice 46% gains. If we can hang on until we get up to some of these other areas at 0.04 cents, that would be 115% gain. That's a nice target. I'll throw that one in there. 0.04 cents, 0.045 cents, about 150% gains, and about as high as that I could comfortably see this one going would be about 200, a 2x out of that. And I expect it to be choppy. Another coin that's been doing well today has been Degen over on Based, and so we'll take a look at it over here on MexC, I believe. Got a fresh chart, I guess we'll look at. And again, it was only because she had in the last 2 days been green. Before that, it's been freaking horrible. Oh man, this one's got so much work to do. I got to see her get back up to 0.016 cents, and she's at 0.01. And that should actually be a pretty good come up, but still risky. She's still below her 9 moving average here on the daily. I know she got that big old beautiful green dot there on Market Cipher or VMC. Stochastics are going up though, and when they tire over, well, they're going to fall back over, flip back over, and that's probably going to be at this area at 0.016 cents. Might be a little bit of a come up too there. Did I just not measure that? That's about 40%, but that's a risky play, in my personal opinion, for Degen base coin. Hey, there's Sam. How's it going, Sam? And Celinda. How's it going, Celinda? How is ICP looking? I loaded up on it yesterday. She's been at a juicy price. Really nice low price, about $8.50. Wow. Ooh. That cloud. I don't like the way that cloud looks. That can change, but I just don't like the way it looks right now. That looks, and all the cloud is just a shadow of price action, like 26 candles ahead of time. That's really all it is. But it's kind of how price reacts to it that I go by. It's like when you touch your shadow, something's going to happen. I'm going to clean this whole chart up because, well, all this stuff is already played out. And it's just good to do that and zoom out so you can remember and get away from whatever, if you leave your patterns on there too long, you'll get biased and think, well, this is what it is. And it changes as new information comes along. So you need to refresh your eyes, refresh your position, especially if something breaks. Good Lord, especially if something breaks. Something broke here. And I don't like it other than the fact that I can buy cheaper. That's the only good thing. I think I think it looks like 672 might be on the radar, so there might be a chance to get this cheaper. That corresponds also to these areas of support. It's also where it is now, though. If you look over here, that's a good area of support too that's trying to hold. I'm going to go ahead and throw a big line there. So there's a possibility that it could find support here. It looks like it's lost it, though. I think she's already fell under that area. Could reclaim it. Ichimoku Cloud suggests that it's got a good chance to come down to this other line here, though, at 667, 668. Oh man, I don't want that to happen either. Got the old death cross going on, 50 crossing the 200 moving average here on the daily. It's not bad though, but let's zoom out. So she's basically just came up to the major. This is going to be one of my major accumulation levels, and it's at 20. So anywhere under $22, technically, later on in this market will be considered to be a good buy place. Of course, right now we got some smaller areas that we can look for that are really good buy places, and it's getting ready to test one now. From this swing high to the swing low, when we zoom up, it's coming to one of those bounce points. Is where it is right now. Even being below this previous trend line, the fibs are telling us this is a major area that it needs to pay attention to, where it actually is. So that's a little revelation from the fibs that you wouldn't get otherwise. That's why I like them, and it's so important that I'll just take this one down and say, screw that line, we're going to go with this one, turn it red. This is a local accumulation level that is retested and bouncing off of. I think that is a good sign. If there's anything that would make me think that it would not have a reason to come to 670, it would be what we just found out right there. That gives me hope that they could actually start recovering. And now, since I see that, do I want to reset? No, we leave it. We can get rid of it. Or if you don't want to go. So now, if this is a possible bottom, if this is where it's going to turn around at, I hope it is. I don't want to see it go any lower. And oh yeah, this lines up nice. I think we found it. I think we found it. I think we just now found it. Because this next step is, this is a bottom, man. These areas line up perfect. I dare say you can reverse engineer a fib and predict the future with All right, so if that's true, bouncing off of there. And what were you? Not quite an 886. Okay, so unlikely that she's going to make a higher high on this next bounce up. But it does kind of suggest that these areas up here will be more in play for some good targets short term, and then probably a bounce back. Oh gosh, would that be a double top? Well, I mean, it's not a top, but it might. We'll have to kind of see what price is doing up here at these areas. Would love to see it come up here to $24, but I think it's too early to call that. And with this bigger pullback, it's best to go with a little bit more conservative targets here. So I got 1585, which is cool. What is this? 1818 technically is what I've got, and possibly 1946. So I like those ideas for ICP. And yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I'm glad we pulled the fib because I really think this one's got a possibility to hold here. If it doesn't, then we're back to the plan B. That's 668, and we'll have to look if there's a possibility for go to the next place. But I think she's going to do it, and I got nothing else. I got nothing else other than the fib to tell me that, though. Trendline wise, there's our resistance, our main resistance, and so that could be our trajectory to get to these targets. Would be kind of probably a lot of zigzag and give and take, probably something a lot like this, what we see on the ways up here, which is not bad. Higher highs and higher lows, but it'll probably be a gradual event to get up to those targets is what I'm saying. So quite literally September. Oh my God, September. So when it does get back to these other areas of resistance, say 1058, 1180, if you're getting it, man, at these $8 levels, might be able to take some partial profits there. She may seriously do some more ranging at the lowers here on her way back up there. But it's important for me to see a bounce here, so we want to keep an eye on this. Let's go to a smaller time frame just to see what it's looking like. Above the 9 moving average on the 4 hour, so that's a good start for a recovery. Just got to keep working at it. And that's flip this guy. You can also now do this, but that was an important thing to notice that it already flipped it. And now if we can get above this trend line, we'll have a little breakout. So that'll be the next goal to watch for us to see if we can get a breakout here. Cool. So again, these areas that we lost was about $12. Might be a good place to kind of make any kind of adjustments. Take a little profit, or do a little something there, so it can probably find some stronger resistance in that area. Hey, there's Grimmer. How's it going in Germany, Grimmer? Well, you're up way early. Let's take a look at trade. So I'm taking this poly trade. I'm going to go with KuCoin right here. Wow, 68 cents. She took a beating today. Lost a good level there too, huh? Let's take a little zoom out. And let me check the chat here. Make sure I get the... Grimmer says it's rainy and foggy in Germany. Oh, man. It is hot over here where I'm at right now in the middle of summer. Okay, so I think I've got the right one. Okay, just checking back real quick. Trying to get in the habit of doing that. I need to do that every time So, wow, nice shape. give you a good going over here. Look how beautiful the 618 targets are. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, and the full extent is the 618. Doesn't always get there, but that is the ultimate target. So job well done. Now that you've played that out, where are you coming back to? We can feel comfortable that this is going to be a solid read on this. Okay. So she's flirting with coming down here to the 886 area, which is going to be about $44, about $45. Because we lost this 76, and now we regain it. That's a different story. Can she regain it? Technically she can, but the 100 is already starting to curve down, and that may be an early sign that all the momentum is about to flip bearish for a little bit. Now that doesn't mean she's going to go to zero, but that means that she's going to go back in a slow, boring, not fun accumulation, kind of bowling out over here in these areas, maybe even dripping a little bit below, retouching these areas over here. She could come back down to 36 cents if she's going to do another long, boring bottom. So that would be what I would not want. I mean, in a sense, it would be good, but it's just not fun to go through it. So I would be looking about 45 cents. It looks like she'll come back up to around 74. What is that? I got 76.28 on this particular chart. Looks like she'll come back up to this area and more than likely try to retest it. If she doesn't reclaim it, then we're probably headed to the 45 cent area. What just happened? It just stuck to my cursor and wouldn't let go. Let me take a look at our indicators. They're nice and bottomed out here. Man, I don't see the support I would see was way over here. It didn't hold much over here. She regains this area over here, man, and that should also be regaining the 9-moving average in the process on the bigger time frame like the daily. Could be looking at a Hail Mary or a big comeback, but chances, there's some signs saying it might happen. I'm just saying that there's some, or at least get a bearish, maybe just be a bearish retest. A bearish retest might be what we're looking at. She looks like she's got some energy to spend on some of the bigger time frames to come up, but it could be spent out kind of quickly. She could burn out kind of quick at some of these areas. So as a general rule, if she gets up above here, that's a good sign. Ultimately, you want to see her making higher highs and higher lows and changing the trend line. She's just on a downward trend right now. So that's the biggest thing we got to see. We got to see a trend change, and that requires a bottom, and I don't think she's got it yet. Sad to say. So still, I'm leaning more toward 45 cents on that one. Jason says, at a glance, ICP looks ready to rock. A second for ICP. I mean, yeah. So what did we come up with? Yeah, we just this wasn't the first level I was looking at, but this actually turned out to be a fib level retest. So I'm paying attention to that since we're bouncing off of it. So I've changed. I was being pretty blatant about 668, but that last little thing that I came across gives me a good belief that this may be it. A retest of this particular accumulation zone, a bounce off of it is what I got, and that would be a great sign. So now I've got this area. I also said that we were initially with this trend line, and then it broke out and then came back and started doing some zigzags. This became what is known as an internal trend line now, and to me that's interesting because it, break out and then it flips, it bounced off of it, so that served its purpose now, so we can get rid of that. and then start tracking its current trend that it's got to break out. So we got to see it come up, and we want to see it break out of the trend and hopefully retest and go on, or just break out and keep going. I don't care. But we got our first stages above the 9 moving average, trying to make a comeback. But all the moving averages are bearish and they're spread apart. And when they do spread apart like that, like a fan, you know, they've got to start coming back together, or crossing rather. They're not going to squeeze got together. They're going to start crossing, and that's a good for an up move. And then we know that we can start coming up toward here. If we can get past the 200 moving average, good. If we can, then we're probably coming, you know, more down and sideways and all that good stuff. So she's got some work to do, but good start. I mean, definitely come up from 7 to 8. I mean, my whole thesis for this next week is that altcoins are going to have a nice little bearish retest. Basically, they're going to come up, and then I'm actually looking for a bigger drop. I hope I'm wrong, but that's just what I'm seeing in the charts and in the market at the moment. So I'm advocating to try to find places when those altcoins do come up, because the thumbnails on YouTube are going to be loaded. We're going to the moon, or, you know, we're ready to rock and whatever. You know, they're all going to be bullish, and that can throw us off our games for what the bigger time frames are saying. That this is really a warning, the place to kind of take stock, because our storm's not over. I don't believe our storm's over. I think we're just at a pause right now, so we can catch our breath and fill our oxygen tanks so that we don't drown when it starts raining blood again. I don't know that it's going to, but it's better to prepare on that side than to get overly bullish and then have the market have the rug pulled out from under you. There's some warning signs out there saying we need to be cautious. So if nothing else, be cautious. Whether you're bullish or bearish, if nothing else, play it safe. Be cautious right now. And the markets are screaming, be cautious. Take a look at FET, Fetch AI. Notice it's getting a nice little bump out too off of this little area. But, you know, this is a good area to get rejected. 200 moving average, a 618 fib level, just ready to clash there and bounce it on, peck it on the head and say, you're not going anywhere, sucker. And that's at what, 165? So I expect some resistance there. Had a wick down there and wick down here, and now it's kind of at wick to the upside. So it is a support resistance flips by the wiki wicks anyway. Maybe a minor one. Maybe she'll come on back up to 208. I'm cool with that, but then I'm looking at that one's probably, and that's at the top of the trend line area. So yeah, it could roll over here, could roll over there, could roll over here and then roll over. I don't know, man. Be cautious. Numbers go up, which is great. If you enter to trade down here, you're doing awesome. But if you're expecting this to be the turnaround, I'm not seeing that yet. I'm not seeing it. Jamie says ICP's on my buy list as well. Yeah, I'm hoping that will do something. I wish I would hear more news from it and see some more stuff about it, since it's supposed to be so awesome. I would have expected more stuff like that from it. So then again, I have not actually been out there chasing it down and looking either, though. Jamie says Jasmine dipping today. Is it? Because my DGen wanted to chase it, and I said, no, DGen, you shall not. You shall not chase this. Then it pouted and cried, but I was like, we do not buy the tops of trend lines, DGen. That is a cardinal rule. Have you not ever learned your lesson? DGen doesn't care. I'm the one that pays for the mistake. He just sits there and enjoys the ride. He doesn't care. He just wants that adrenaline rush. Feel like he's in part of something that's winning. Silly DGen. Well, that's our little local pattern here inside of our bigger pattern, which just says that since we bounced off the top, we'll probably come and try to bounce off the bottom or fall through the bottom. You know, you do have options. You don't always have to bounce. You can fall through. I mean, the gravity does work here pretty well in the market, as we have seen as of late. I like the moving average so far, as long as they stop crossing. What, the 4 hour? Probably a little bit more unlikely that 100 would come and cross over the 200. So, well, they might be getting a bounce in some area through here. There might one of these areas over here in the back. Oh, maybe lower, getting closer to my little price target. All I gotta do is just move you up here closer to this little trend line there. Or this one. What does the Fibby say? The Fibbies say right here would be a great place. And the next place, we don't want to go there. So let's hope that 2.68 cents holds for Jasmine. That's a good deal. I gotta make sure I put some orders in these areas and remember this. So, my alerts, I've done the alert thing and that was cool, but I found that they just annoy me and then I just turn them off. So I have to change something about that. Now when I set them, I think I did something. Now they don't go off at all. So I think I really got mad one day and just turned something off. So I'm going to try it again and set an alert. I haven't noticed any of the alerts I've set go off. Let's do it. Oh, this is what's going to make me mad. Once per minute. That'll piss me off. That's why I'm going to say pissed off yet. That's going to be my message to myself. All right, so crossing the horizontal ray, I want to have it drive me crazy once per minute. Because I think that would be a great place for me personally to look at picking some of this up. And there's Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber out there, teaching that fire alpha today on price action trading. Man, that was a good show, Joe. I mean, it always has a good show, but you covered a lot of good points that really need to be touched on. People need to hear. He normally does, though. He normally does. Joe says, got busy, never know when Road Dog's gonna stream. I'm gradually trying to get a little earlier because I don't get the growth, and I think it's the time zone. I do, so I'm trying to move it earlier, but I'm not yet seeing the growth. But I've got to get someplace consistent. I have not found my consistent time frame yet. I'm really wanting to do daytime, but every time I try it, my whole world tears apart, and there's some random appointment, some random happening here, something I've got to, go on a trip over here. So daytime does not seem to jive well with me when I actually try to be consistent with it. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it all out. But I would like to come a little sooner, because I think if I did streams earlier, then I could probably have enough energy after the stream. If there's something in there I wanted to cut out, or maybe I could structure it in a way where I could do a coin video. I've done some of that before, but it just, by the time you're done with your stream, you're like, I just want to chill out, man. Just chill. It's like when you're streaming, it feels like you got energy that can go all night, but as soon as you cut it off and say goodnight, it's like, oh my gosh, it's just like fall over. Hey, there's One Hitter Quitter. How's it going, One Hitter? Hope you're being blessed tonight, my man. I'm trying to find my One Hitter Quitter. There we go. Jason says, I'm hopping in both spots. Are you slogging? Trade token. Okay, we did trade. Grimmer says, sounds good. I got my sell orders at 75 cents. Just looking for a small fast trade. Okay, cool. Glad that was able to cover your predicament. Grimmer says Q&T. Man, the Q&T. I don't know what to think about this one anymore. I don't. I mean, it should do good. People should want it. There's not much of it out there. why the price is so high, but you would think that it would been a disappointment. But it's at some levels that it's worth taking a chance on, in my personal opinion. I got my first ones in at around $50-$55 when it was down there, and she stayed there for a while, remember? Or did she? No, I guess she just dipped down. She did there twice. Maybe that's why it seems she stayed there for a while, from May and then back in June. 2 years ago, it was down this low. I hope that we're not going back down there, but I've gotta put it on the radar. Where is this? The $61-$62 area, that might be coming into play, and we've already came close to this target down here. 70. Oh man. I remember this one distinctly because I was in a trading group at the time, and the mentor there put this out as one of his big trades, and I thought, all right, I want to test that one out, and got into it expecting it to hit like $200 or something like that, 180 and 200, and I forgot what even the setup was, but anyway, I didn't have a stop loss set on it, and I wasn't actually, it's my fault. It's not the mentor's fault, but it was the setup, and then that didn't happen. Well, that did not happen, and I thought, well, that sucks. And it looked like it could happen, but then it totally didn't happen. And then it came down here, and I bought it at some juicy prices, which kind of offset it, but still, I would not be in this project if it wasn't for that setup. And that's just the truth of it. I wasn't looking for it. And so I've just kind of nursed that little sucker. Unfortunately, just taking some profits on the ups when they come, and should have got all out. I still had hope that she wouldn't keep doing stuff like this, and it's just been a disappointment for me. But looks like 61 might be back on the table again, so yay. Cheap Q&T again. She can, as soon as you decide to write this one off, that she's going to go back to $500. You know that's going to happen. Welcome to crypto. Jamie says, my alerts have been going wacky too. Or been acting wacky too. Well, a lot of my problems with alert comes down to me, and because it's like they'll pop up, and I'm usually doing something, and it's hard for me to switch gears. If I'm doing something, sometimes I end up getting pissed. I just get frustrated when I have to switch gears real quick. I got a little process. I gotta just calmly switch over. And if I'm forced into it, like a big alert, I'm like, all right, get out. Turn that off. I don't even care about you now. Go. So I gotta find a different way. Joe says 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is good. I think most time zones will be able to tune in. I'm trying to shoot for that. Actually, I was going to try to do that tonight, but then I started doing all the preliminary stuff, and I was like, oh crap, it's already after 9. Guess I gotta start earlier if I'm going to shoot for 9 o'clock. I think I was tuning into Jordan. Sometimes I watch Jordan. When Antiquita says, I like it, very nice, salute. And Sam says, what's up with Degen? It just showed up on the uphold. I don't know, maybe did they just add it? It looked kind of rough when we put it up there. Maple, though, is on the news, and now that's a real-world asset. It's available on CoinEx. Looks like it's on Coinbase, too. 8IO, KuCoin, CoinEx, Bitstamp. This one's a real-world asset play that was trying to do its little inverted head and shoulders. And technically, are you invalidated? These are not technically invalidated until they come below this last shoulder, and I don't think we have invalidated it yet. So you're telling me we still got a chance? There's still a chance. I gotta get these price guys up here, little squigglies off so I can see my chart. I'm keeping the eyeballs because I think they look cool. Is that's not my mark, that's a 200 moving average. So nice. Clearly, well, I don't know, if it still plays out, then we still got this measure move, which may come into play there. I'm a pattern trader. But I find myself changing over time, not relying so much on patterns, but just mostly the trend line levels, and especially the fibs. I love the fibs and the moving averages. I don't know, they can all speak. You just gotta, you know, put all their voices together. Don't just listen to just one thing. I don't like your trend lines, but that's what we kind of got right now with a break below it. But this is the area, what is that, 1049? Gosh, you're cheap, dude. Zoom out. What do you look like on the weekly? I'm in this, so I need I'm gonna find a place to buy this. Let me get that off of there. It's distracting me. Okay, now I can see. Look at that shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside. Look, you're going to get this at negative $3. Oh, that looks like one of those freaking harmonics. Ah, you did it, dude. You went right to your 414. That's so beautiful. I love it. I love fibs. I didn't even have to do another pull. You just went right straight to my cheater fib. Bless your little heart. All right, well, let's take you up there and see what we got now. And right below this area is the 786, but if we hit the 786, we made a lower low than we had over here, and that would buck things up, technically. I don't want us to hit that 786 fib area at 986. And now on the weekly, there's a chance. We got a 50 moving average here that we're respecting. Although I gotta say that Market Cipher has said, let's go into zero. I'm red dotting you. I'm just now getting momentum wave going, and I'm burying the stochastics, and I'm getting ready to tank this sucker. So Market Cipher's angry. I don't know what pissed her off. Let's come down to the 3 days, see if we can find some voices of reason down here. 200 moving average also down this area. Main, oh main. Why does it look like you want to go and make a lower low? Please don't make a lower low. So what was that? That was 1053. It's the bottom here. And we got a 200 moving average coming at 936, and not much to catch you even. I mean, really, your support's down here, dude. Your support's down here at this 886 area for Maple, so head and shoulders down to 733. Could it be? Could it be? She makes a neckline. She's got a neckline. It's just why you suck. Go for it, Maple. Give me a discount. Jason says, me too, Road Dog. Think I average in 120. About the quant play, I think it was about 120. Yeah, with that setup. Were you in that group too? But I'm like looking back, and I'm like, dude, I've been trying to see that target hit for 2 years now. And I'm like, okay, so I guess, you know, we're an investor in quant now, clearly. But damn, you'd expect it to do something, right? It looks like it should do something, and it looks like the bigger players would be interested in it, but from what I can tell, nobody gives a crap about it. That ISO 2022 thing, well, that narrative hadn't been mentioned in about a year and a half now, has it? That was back in BitBoy and AJ. You know, they can pick those winners, right? They were like UNT too, and Algo. I find that interesting that BitBoy can't seem to find his ground right now. He can't seem to, oh, and he was on my thumbnail, so I guess, do we still have the, we don't, I closed it. I had his fight pulled up, and it looked like, man, but I don't know if you saw my thumbnail or not, but yeah, here he is. he took a beating in there. He had a concussion, and he didn't break his arm, but sprained and threw out a rotator cuff. So he's going hard and heavy. He definitely he ran out of all his gas. That's for dang sure. But it seemed like he was finding his footing again, and now I don't know what's up with BitBoy. I mean, are you in crypto? I mean, here's the thing: he has, I don't even know what crypto he has. Out of the crypto he has, he doesn't have any Bitcoin. And for someone of his stature and where he came from and everything, I would think that would be an important thing to make sure you had. If you're, I don't know, but he likes the attaboys of being the Mr. Know It, where things are going to happen, and the fortune teller of everything. That's just what he tries to do, be the top coin picker. But I don't think he's ever really been that top coin picker. That's what everybody's always complained about. That, you know, was it Newsletter Crypto? That was one of them. Nimic was another one. I mean, there's a lot of the calls that I don't see anything happen. And if you take a look at the ISO 220, look at the portfolios that they had in, you know, in the bear market pulling up for this section. How did those plays go? I mean, why are we not looking at that? If we're going to pull up everybody else's and pick apart what their picks were and claim the, you know, I don't know. It's just like things are skewed. If my take is anybody trying to tell you that they're the best ones and the only ones, and we're the only people that do this, and nobody else does this, nobody, you got to listen to us, guys. I mean, those are the worst people, and they're always usually trying to sell you something, or worse, this is they just need that pad, they need that validation or something. I don't know. It's like it's currency to them. But when ego gets involved, man, it's always going to throw you off. You're never going to see the true picture. That you're never going to see reality if your ego is clouding your vision. And so I just kind of caution anybody against following closely. Anybody that displays a lot of ego, a lot of, you know, real overconfidence, or especially, I don't know, in crypto, I don't know, with this whole thing, let's get all pumped up. And, you know, that's to sell you something. That's not to help you trade. That's not where you want to be when you trade. You kind of want to be kind of calm and just own your game when you're trading. You're not trying to get out here and just, I mean, I know I got a dance party going on, but that's just me making fun of it. Anyway, I'm just chatting here. Let's see if you guys got any more coins, or you're going to have to listen to one that I throw up there. Jamie Page says, Jordan is definitely the man. I like Jordan. I've always liked Jordan. Jordan kind of influenced me to do some of the skits and things that I've got onto. And definitely the mask. Sleek Cole says, Art Block, ABT. That one has been doing good lately, right? I haven't seen it today. How's it been doing today? Well, I took a dump like everything else did, didn't it? Okay, so we lost trend line like everything else. This is not new, though. This is 3-day candles are on, so. Well, today wasn't that bad then, was it? Just kind of hung steady today. That's a good sign. Let's get my lines off of here, my little scattered lines, so we can see what we're looking at. There's a symmetrical triangle, which I do not trust worth a crap. The main trend line that we need to get up, and so we had this trend line. This was our main one that broke, and then if you want to take a look at this pattern wise, I mean, we started out here, but now we got this other information we got to include. So pattern wise, what we've got here is the descending, opening, broadening wedge, and that's just meaning that price is starting to widen out a little bit, and at some point it will find a level of support that they call partial decline, and hopefully it will be here where it started. That's usually what it looks like. It may come back down and touch that, but that's usually the first signs that you'll look for in these before they start getting ready for a breakout. They do have a good probability to break out, but the trick is that, yeah, they got a great probability to break out because they can just keep on going and going and going until they don't. Most of the time you'll see 3 solid touches on one side or the other to give you a clue. And I think there's a little Elliott wave theory that you could apply in that too, or Elliott wave version that might be able to apply, but I don't tend to fool with it. I may look into it later on a little bit, but Elliott wave's not my thing. I got enough things. I don't need to keep adding too many more. You don't have to master everything. You just got to get something that works and helps you, give you an edge on the market so you can make some money from it and change your life. And just treat it as a craft. You're trading, you're investing as a craft that you're always trying to get better at. And I wouldn't worry so much about comparing yourself to everyone else, because I know that's easy to do, and you see those 1,000% gains out there, but none of them tell you how much actual dollars was made. Every once in a while you might see something out there, but there could seriously be a 50-cent trade making 1,000%. I've got some big ass high leverage trades like that, and they were very small trades. I'll tell you, just anywhere from a few dollars to maybe $10. I mean, it wasn't like there were big gains, but the percentage looked impressive. I mean, and I think there may even be some tricks out there that you can do. I don't know. There seems to be some variations from exchange to exchange, I've noticed, on how things are calculated too. I don't know. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in, are you profitable? Are you developing good habits? Are you weeding out the habits that you don't need, learning from your mistakes, and just constantly trying to improve, just little by little? That's all you got to do. You will learn a lot from your mistakes. Oh gosh. In the early, in the beginning, those mistakes can be very costly though. So hopefully this channel and other channels like Joe's and other small YouTubers that are not getting the majority of the views out there for the people who are trying to shill you stuff and take advantage of the newcomers. There's a lot of smaller YouTubers that are actually just trying to share this information for free and help the people, hoping that it finds the people that need it. I'm hoping that it finds the people like that were in the situation that I was in when I first got into crypto, because I was working a shitty retail job. It wasn't too horrible, but the hours were horrible. Weekends, holidays, I'm at work, never with my family, never can go on trips. It sucks. So that I found one that I can make enough money in management to actually contribute to a decent lifestyle, but at the expense of, 45 to 50 hours a week, sometimes more. And oh my gosh, talk about the holidays. 60 hours a week, Christmas from October there on. non-stop. I mean, boom, boom, boom. You have no time to eat, drink, or anything. I mean, the rat race, man. And it was so hard, and $500 was so much for me to put into the market, and I wasn't willing to put more than that. I mean, you want to test things out, make sure, well, we'll see if we can double it, and then see. Put another $500 in. Put another 500. You believe in it. You just gotta feel, I don't see how everybody else is making money, but I'm not. How come I keep buying and then it goes down, and how come I keep selling thinking that I'm doing the right thing, and then it takes off? And that is so frustrating, I know. And just these simple things, and I know you may look at me and some others and we're doing lots of things, but it doesn't have to be this Doesn't have to be. It's not. Once you do it, it's not that complicated, but it looks really complicated, and that's what kept me from wanting to learn it for a long time. I was like, man, that looks like algebraic cosine calculus, and I'm not having any of it. I am not taking pen to paper, and I am not. No. But it's not. It's like an easy form of math. It's like a geometry in math if you use fibs, and fibs is a good tool. But just your price action alone, like what Joe teaches, that's the basics. You got to have that. So if you are brand new, I do recommend because Joe's the best I've seen at really doing those fundamentals. He takes the time to explain it very well in his thought process. So another shout out to Joe, Trading Intuition here in the chat. You can learn a lot from a small YouTubers that are actually trying to share the information, because we know what it's like. We've been there. And then when you've actually experienced how crypto can change your life, and just the little flips in your mindset and the little techniques that you use to keep you from doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, I mean, that's what it's about. You got to change your habits and look at it from a certain way and learn to control those emotions. I don't know, the whole trading thing has really been it turns into this whole self growth thing too, because you have to learn a lot about yourself. You're like, I can take lessons I've learned from trading, and I'm applying them to my, when somebody gets upset, there's an argument in the family, and I'm like, oh, chill, have to detach from our emotions on this and just look at this logically. And I mean, I don't know, it's just really cool, and just the way you approach things. I'm on a tangent, and it's just getting later and later. We're not looking at tokens, so we need to get back to this. Bird is the word. Thank goodness I sold quant a long time ago. Well, you did better than I did. I decided just to hang on there. One Itaquist says BitBoy didn't value the team he had around him. His team helped him make the money he made. He was just a personality. I think he is realizing that. I don't think he's yet admitted it, because I think this is interesting. So we got the personality right there who built all that. I'm not taking that away from him. But here he is after all this time and everything. He's got 118,000 subscribers, which is good. That's not bad by any means. But remember how he was saying that, they were just going to fall apart, right? They got 1.4 million. That burns, and that has a lot to do with where his tried to figure out so desperately what he needs to do to make his comeback, and going through so many formats that he's tried. And now I think he just said, screw it, I'm just going to do karate combat and boxing and see if I can become a UFC star or something. I don't know what's going on. I hope he does good, but I just know that, you would hope that he would be able to repeat the things that he did last time, if he's really, because last time he was definitely taking all that, ego trip. Knowing the market like the back, nobody knows it better, right? You had another chance when Bitcoin's at 15,000 going to 65,000 to repeat and make another $1 million like you did last time, because you did. The question was, would you ever be able to repeat it and prove that it wasn't just a stroke of luck, that it was actually something that you knew, a technique, a strategy that you applied that is repeatable and that can continue making you money, or are we just gambling? And we want those strategies that will repeatedly wash, rinse, repeat, make us money, like a scientific process. That's what we want in this market. We don't want just willy-nilly, oh, this quant's up, let's go chase it, and hope that we can make a little bit of profit after everybody else has already made theirs. And I don't know, I find myself sometimes, when there's a hot coin, whatever's popping and everything, looking at it on the channel. But you look at all this stuff, and they're only hot for a minute. And if you're not getting out as that number is going up, you end up with a bag that you're sitting there waiting and just hoping we can maybe go back, maybe even touch that high. And sometimes it doesn't even do that. Sometimes it only gets up to partial that high. And I'll tell you, at one point in this game, these altcoins that you think are going to go make another higher high early in the cycle, You will sit there waiting for the whole rest of the cycle, and they're not going to do it. They will disappoint you. So don't think that everything is going to go up. There will be some things that top out way before the end of the cycle, and they just never will do anything else. They've already been played out. The people behind it already pulled their cash out, and they don't give a crap about it. And you're just sitting there left, well, maybe it'll do something. We'll just wait. That's a common thing that you'll see in crypto too. So yeah, we've really, I'm preaching to myself here too. We've got to get a lot better at paying ourselves and taking profit, or having a sensible strategy that we can profit or what's the word I'm looking for? Capitalize on those ebbs and flows. Is it ebbs when they come up and flows when it comes down? When it comes up, when the tide comes in, we need to be scooping off. And when that time goes out, we need to be buying. And it's that tide sneaks up on you because you don't want to admit that the tide's going out when it starts going out. That's just how it is. You can look at the chart and see, but there's still that little something in you and everybody else around you too that just kind of adds to it. And probably that are a lot of times, often encouraging that voice. Yeah, it can still go. It's the hopium. But so many times, I'd say more often than not, I'd say we're all guilty of, we don't taking the profits there and we're riding it down. And if you don't have a problem with that, well, then you are doing very, very well, I would say. Strega says, tough night. Sam says, I'm no road dog, that's for sure. I don't know what that means, but you're you, and that's just as good as me being me. And I'm willing to share everything that I know, everything that's helped me out. I'm willing to show it out there, especially for you guys that hang around and like to hang around with me. I'm going to help you out. I'm not going to tell you when to get into a trade or when not to. You got to learn all that stuff yourself, but I'll show you what I do and my thoughts behind it. And that way you can, put together what works for you. If hopefully I got something that will, make sense to you, that's got to make sense to you. You don't want to just, well, I guess because he did that, I have to do it too. No. You got to find your own way, baby. Jamie says we've always seems like it could go either way based on ABC 123. Kind of seems like it's meant for people that want to always say, well, there you go. Look at what I just showed you. Yeah. I hope I never come across as I told you. I've done that I told you thing sometimes on a video thing or something because algorithms, things like that. But I told you people, I told you if you did this and did that. And, sometimes, I mean, it gets my goat sometimes when I see, there's a surprise action going on and somebody's putting out a little trade that on a 1 minute and they didn't take it themselves because they didn't have conviction in it. But if by chance it did happen to come up and do something, who here took that? Who here took that trade? And I'm like, dude, you didn't even take it. Why the hell do you think somebody else is? You didn't even have a conviction to take it. Why are you expecting somebody else should have done that? I don't know. That's at least what thoughts go over in my mind when that happened. Maybe I'm supposed to sit there and say, oh my God, that was amazing. You're so wonderful. What's going to happen the next minute? Jamie says, Elliot Wave. Elliot Wave is kind of, it's not my thing, but I will look at those concepts because sometimes it helps me not to miss another wave up or another move up. So to me, there's a place where I can use it, but it's not what I go by. I'm always willing to look at their interpretation of things, but it's not my thing. Could be if I wanted to, but I'm just not interested. I like my fibs, which can play into Elliot Wave, but I got my own rules that I'm kind of working with right now. Hash Panda says, bye Hash Panda. Bye Hash Panda says, Hash Panda is here. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that your Hash Panda is here. Joe with the fanny pack. Can't miss him. Joe, is there a picture of you circulating with you in a fanny pack? Is it hanging out on Twitter X somewhere that I'm not aware of? Or they're going to start calling you Fanny Pack Joe. I don't think Joe has got a fanny pack. So SecuX seems to be doing a little something. Since the merger, I got out of this just because I expected a bunch of uncertainty. I went at FET. I expected it to be a little bit more stable, and I guess it has been, but it's had some drops too, though. I was getting ready to delete that, but I'm not going to. Okay. So it looks like we're bouncing off this 786 area, and I'm kind of biffed because I'm used to my fibs kind of hitting a little bit more precise than what I've been seeing tonight. Tonight I've seen a lot of them just kind of go below. I'm really used to them actually just really respecting the fibs. But as long as it catches back up with it, then we're good. We reclaimed it, or we claimed it. So AGIX looks like this little fib level we just lost. 70 cents would come into play there as resistance. That's going from the old stuff. Now, if this is the bottom, I also like to find the new stuff. And ironically, isn't that crazy how that works out? That is now my 236 Fibonacci area. So right there, a replay of that? Well, let's do it. The 618 from this pull, swing high to swing low, has now become my 236 fib pull from high to low, which is anything below here is my accumulation. That's how I look at it on the fibs. And so now, if we can get past there, then we have a chance to maybe come up to this 618 area, which would be awesome at 109. But look at all the obstacles we got to go below. Let's take those obstacles out of the way and see if we can just give you a helping hand to get up there. Let's put you in this. Oh, look, we're in a falling wedge. That one has a much better probability of breaking out to the upside. Let's go with that one. 68% chance. We don't want this falling wedge. We don't. Actually, your descending triangles need turn into the wedgies. Usually most of the time, because I hate those triangles patterns. I do like the falling wedge though. That was my favorite. And at one point you'll see a bunch of these, and like you're just playing them right off the left and right. Actually, that's probably one of the most common patterns you'll come across is the falling wedge, which is a really good one. It really is. I love them. So 70 cents coming, and hopefully $1.09. If we can get, there's a lot to get past here. That requires a breakout at 85, getting past this area over here at 96, and then coming to 108. And you might even get past that, man. There is a measure move from this guy, which the shortcut for your measure move is just go the width of the channel, not the whole freaking this. This is something else. Okay, that's something else. It's not the measure move for this, and I know that's being taught out there, but traditionally that's not what we're doing, and it's applied at the breakout. So if you front run it, well, put it right here. Oh, well, that's probably not going to be inaccurate. You put your measure move after the price breaks out. That's why you'll see me when I come back after price breakout and replace it so I can have a more accurate measure move. Looks like it might be around here. I don't know, I'm guessing, but we'll see. We get that measure move, and then of course you got the moon boys out there with the moon target, but this is really more, put this at your fib area where we bounce from, and then you'll be more likely to hit that target. Okay, if you're going to play that one. And that one looks, that one's matching up. That one's squaring out on my fibs at a 272. I'm actually going with that. Using reverse engineering psychology in this method that I just did, I would think this might confirm a bounce there. If this holds true. Maybe there's, what would you call that, reverse confluence or something? I'm gonna leave that up there. So a 1-to-1 measure move from our fib area. She'll give us a 272. Nice. I'll go with that one. I'll throw it out there. I don't know. That's not your immediate target for this breakout. It is not. Your immediate target would be wherever your measure move is, the short one. But a 1-to-1 on the fib. There's an influencer that routinely does this, but I don't think he understands the concepts behind it. It's just like, well, I just put it on a breakout, and then, but the sad thing is, you don't ever test it to see if it's true, because by the time price gets to the breakout, you're already looking at something else and doing something totally different. I don't think this guy ever looks back and sees where his original theories takes him. It's just a pattern by pattern thing on a smaller time. It's different. I mean, to the point is almost irresponsibly different in a way. Sam says there will be a pic of Joe with the fanny pack if AI has anything to say about it. Well, there you go, Joe. Bye. Hashman says Come Rocket Cummies is about to re-explode. Is that one still alive? You gotta be kidding me. Joey was still here. So the rumors is that Cum Rocket's getting ready to come back into play. Tis not one that I would be interested in doing if it's an old play that's already played out. I doubt that there would be much of a comeback in that. Once rugged, twice shy. So the saying goes. Here is one that is making some waves called Epic. Let's make sure I got the right one. We're going to take a look at it quickly over here though. Not in this, don't know anything about it. I think it's Epic Cash, I believe that's the one. We'll find out in a second here. Strong buy on it right now for traders, so it must have a good setup or doing something. Market cap's almost 5 million, so, and 17 million circulating supply. This is looking kind of interesting. I think it's a newer project. I don't know anything about it. I just see that it's a new thing that's catching some hype, so let's see what's going on with it. Technical analysis is a strong grade. Quantitative analysis is good. Let's see how she looks on Investor. Investor grade, what you got? It's got a buy signal for that. Valuation grade, undervalued, extremely undervalued here. It's got good grades here. Let's check this one out. Epic Cash. Because before tonight, I've never heard of this. And I would expect that you would load up for me. Let's try that one more time. Website. You do have a website, right? That's Social Pal. We did that one. Huh. Well, that would be a red flag if there's no website. I need to get to CoinEx. Go. Epic Cash. What are you up to? Let's see if we can get the website from here. Website is on Medium? Oh, WANchain. An ECR. Are you ECR? This guy describes Epic Center ECR. I think there was an ECR token over on WANchain. I just didn't know what it was. Okay. I'm a WANchain, I guess I'm a WANchain OG now. Dub Digital got me turned on to WANchain. And it's a small chain that does very little, but I've been in the DeFi there for, oh gosh, just letting it do its little DeFi thing for years, and it's grown. So it's more than I put in there, but it's not huge. Of course, I didn't start. I started out with like maybe $200. And I just let it do its thing for over these years, and it's grown, and it can still do some things. So, all right, okay. I would feel better if you had a website, though. Let's go to their Twitter. If it's the one I'm thinking about on WinChain, though, it's been around since last cycle, and it should have a website. So this is maybe something different. Unconfiscatable private property and superior money on blockchain. 21 million scarcity like Bitcoin. Censorship resistance. Fair launch. No ICO. No pre-mine. No VCs. No corporation. 3 mining algorithms. CPU. GPU mineable. Oh, you're speaking my language now. What? DEX exchange. Eco-friendly proof of work. Epicash, I'm gonna, okay, I'm liking some of that stuff. This might be one to put on the radar. It looks like it's got some interesting boxes that, giving me a crypto boner at the moment, anyway. Let's take a look at the chart, see what the chart's like. It's gotta be like, if it's proof of work, Miles might know something about this one. Ooh, look at all that. Where she's just now starting out, looks like. Right. Aren't you starting out just now? When did you come out here? May 24th. Spiky. 21 million, right? That's what it said. Well, you gotta, market cap is $5 million. It's 28 cents. 21 million total supply. Where are you? This one's catching my interest. There's need to do some more homework on it. I could probably nibble at this price, but for any serious money for me to look into, I've got to do some more investigating in on this one. But that one looks interesting, especially if it's proof of work and stuff. I like those ideas. So, make sure I add this one to my. We got on TRADINGVIEW, right? We'll add this one to our watch list. Late night picks is all the way there at the bottom. We're gonna keep an eye on this one. That one looks interesting. She got up to where 20 cents and she's hanging around 3. Is that right? Yeah, okay. That was 20. She's hanging at 3 cents right now. Here. It was no, this can't be. No, this is not it. This is not it. That's epic, and this is Epic Cash. We don't have the right one. Let's look over here. I want to find it. If it's what I just read, I want to see what I just read about. Epic Cash right here. BNB. Is that the only place? I'm not really big on just BNB tokens or BNB projects. Epic Swap, Epic's token, there's lots of Epic Cash. We're going to come and check out our contract. But all you contract. Don't you tell that over here on TradingView? I mean, you don't have that over here? For real? Now I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole here with this one. Don't need that. No. Well, this one needs some more research, definitely, but there's a Telegram. It sounds really interesting. This was March. Oh my God, this was pinned up March 22. Stormash, you didn't even look at the date. We're playing Epic Cash, celebrating. This is June 14th, celebrating the 5th anniversary with many improved features. It's 5 years. Okay. I don't think so, and this is not it. So, well, that was a rabbit hole to nowhere. Sometimes they're worth going down, and sometimes they just suck ass. Welcome to crypto. My Hash Panda says Binance is king. And CZ rocks. I just pulled a Viv. I think I should have it stretched first, says Sam. All right, guys, let's take a look at Bitcoin. We're at 65,000. 153, 166. Are we really? Oh no, you're doing a spot and futures upgrade suspension starting soon. No, don't do it. Don't you do it. Let's update this and see where we are. Well, this is my section that I'm just doing a little friendly competition. This is what I call better than life trading section of our show, where these trades are better than life. And it's just a friendly little competition over there, where over in the vanity wall section of the chart room over here, I've been keeping up with this other guy's account, because you need to watch those numbers and how they change, because it's very interesting when you start paying attention to that balance. I'm just saying, it's enlightening when you start paying close attention to what happens there. It's currently sitting at 49.80. It's been about 5,000 for a year or two now, I guess. I can't even remember how long. This 15-year trading veteran has just now learned the 200 movement average actually means something. More. But for 49.80, friendly competition, we're just trying to see. I think we should be able to double this. Shouldn't just sit, your trading account should just sit and sit at the same thing. And I know there's some slick moves to where he'll pull some out, and hopefully this competition will dissuade him from doing that, because whereas he's never find this button, there's a P&L button that tells you your whole profit and loss and what goes in, what goes out, and the whole beauty of everything here, as well as your trade history telling you how each trade did in profit or loss. I know it's amazing, but exchanges can do that these days. Even though some influencers think that they cannot. It's crazy, I know. So just a little friendly thing we got going there. That account is not really growing like a whole lot, because the market's just kind of what it is. But we're still maintaining, and still numbers still slowly going up like it should. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's hit this inverted head and shoulder, glimpse us to the upside, and gets us the hell out of here and up to 70,000 or something. That would be awesome. But man, it's time to be cautious. Be cautious with altcoins. Remember the thesis for what I was telling you. I'm looking for altcoins to be a little bullish over this week, maybe, to give us an opportunity to get ready for a possible bigger drop is what I'm maybe playing out. So just my warning signs for that. Something to look at. Total 3. Did you just go to 600 from 580? Prove me wrong, baby. Make me look like a fool. Go to the moon. Do it. Do it. Don't drop on me. I would love that. But what I'm saying is the possibility for total 3. That's your altcoins and my altcoins. Altcoins are bags that they might be coming up, and then the weather's going to change. We'll get a little hurricane that's going to drive us back down to 528 or somewhere lower. Come where we are, or maybe lower. That's all I can say. 528 is just the target that might come up. No guarantees, but that's just what I'm worried. If you get to the idea of, no, I'm going to buy all the altcoins now, because the thumbnails are saying you better buy all the altcoins now, and you're expecting this things to shoot to the moon, well, this trend line here might slap you in the face and make you regret that thought a week from now. That's all I'm saying. And then again, maybe I'm wrong, and then we go to the moon. But wouldn't it be better to plan on paying yourself here, and then if we go to the moon, you just buy back in after you confirm it? Isn't that better than taking the chance of FOMOing in now to coins and then watching the whole market roll over on us for the rest of the summer and not pick up until about late August or early July or early September? Just some thoughts to throw out there. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Trade carefully. I'll be back again tomorrow. Look for me during the daytime. Might happen, may not happen. I don't know. But definitely tomorrow night. Sean broke Bitcoin. Sean! Damn it, Sean. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for letting me know how that little sucker's doing, what he's been up to. Keep my eye on Sean. Sean, get back in your cage. Gotta teach him who's boss. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow night. God bless you. Keep God in your life. God loves you. Well, that's true. You can take that to the bank.
I'm here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze.
Good night, John Boy.
He's alive.
Coming soon. Hash Panna Road Dog. It's funny.
If you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Fade out of the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Show you like.
Well, if you think this channel is groovy and you'd like to show your support, well, there are a few things that you can do. Find that like button, give it just a playful little smack, and subscribe and join the channel. And
Let's hit the rock bottom now.